Welcome to part 4 in our Google Drive Basics trainings. Today our focus will be Google Forms. Google Forms is a tool in Google Drive that has a variety of uses. Teachers can use it as well as students. Some things that forms can do, you can create surveys, you can collect and track student data, you can do quizzes, tests. All of these have a variety of answer type, like multiple choice or short answer. And the thing about Google Forms is when you create a Google form and students or use this form, it automatically generates a spreadsheet for you in your Google Drive. So let's watch a short video on how to create a Google form and use that form. To create a Google form from scratch, you click Create in your Google Drive, click on Form, and you'll be prompted to give the form a title and choose a theme for your form. You'll see the theme once you click on the live site. I'll show you that in just a second. So first of all, it gives the item their name. So I want my students to choose the class they're in. So I'm going to say choose your teacher. Now we have to decide how the answers will be given. So in this case, I want to choose from a list. Sorry about that. So I'm going to put in my teacher names. It's a required question and click Done. You can see here it created a drop-down box. Well, my second one didn't. Let's click Done. Click here. There they are. Okay. All right, so I'm going to add an item. Now I would like to stop the demo video right here and say that you do not have to start every form like this. This is an example of using a form. It shows you some of the techniques of using a form. When you're using form as if they were answering like a quiz or a test or something like that. But you can use a form for a variety of ways, and there's websites on the internet that can show you lots of different ways that forms can be used. So I'm going to continue with this form, but remember this form is just an example of how you might set up a practice form if you're going to perform a quiz or a test or something relevant to that. But it does give you the different pieces in a form. So now they have to choose their name. And we'll link all these in just a moment. Again, select how they're going to choose. So we're going to choose from a list. I have to type my options in. I'm going to just put some names in here. Okay, this is a required question. And then I click Done. Again, you can check your drop-down box and see what you put. I'm going to add another class. The other class, I need to put some names in. You tell them what to do first. Choose how they'll see the answers. Okay, this is a required question, so I click Done. So I have the teacher choices, I have student names for the classes, okay, So now I want to start the assessment. So you'll have to number each one. It doesn't number for you. Whatever you want it to view. So I'm going to say choose your answer. And this is going to be a multiple choice. So I choose multiple choice from the box. And I want to say A, B, C, and D. This is a required question, so I click done. I'm going to add one more. Okay, it's multiple choice. And I want this to say A, B, C, D, required question, and done. So now I have my whole form ready. I just need to do a few things to it so that the students don't see all of this at one time. So the first thing I want to do is hover over choose your teacher. Click, and I want to insert a page break. Okay? I go to choose your name. Well, we can, okay, let's insert a page break here. All right, the other choose your name, insert a page break. And we don't want any answers, any page breaks between our answers. We want all those to be together. Okay? So I'm going to pause the video right here and say that you can insert the page breaks as you go. So if you know where the end of your page is going to be, or you want one piece of information on a page at a time, you can insert those page breaks as you go. You do not have to go back and do those. You can do those along the way. So here's the title of your form. They're going to see this first, choose your teacher name. So the next one, I'm going to put the title of that page. That way they'll see that's their class. They'll make sure that they got the right one. Okay, that's Flintstone's class. And here, this will be the name of their assessment, which would be the same name as here. So now we have the title, and everything is on a separate page. The last thing you do before you let them take the assessment is you have to link each page together. So I'm going to edit this page. Now, I want Rubble, but they click Rubble to go to page 2. So I click go to page based on answer, and I'm going to change this to page 2 so that all of Rubble's students will go to page 2 to find their name. Flintstone's page is on page 3. So all of those students, when they click Flintstone, will need to go to page 3. Okay, so I'm going to edit my students. What happens when the student chooses their name? Well, let's tell it where to go. The assessment starts on page 4. So I want each student to go to page 4 when they click their name. And done. I need to do the same thing for the other class. I have to check go to page. I'm going to go to page 4. Okay. And done. And the last thing I want to do is when the very last question you create, you need to tell it to go to submit form. Very last question needs to say submit form. Okay? We don't want to tell this anything because it's all on the same page. All of these are going to be on the same page. Okay? So, we've given it a name. We've added our teachers. We've told it where to go based on which teacher they click. Did the same thing with the students. And then we added our title of our assessment and their answer choices. And the last thing I want to add to this is you can click right here, View Live Form, to see your actual live form as you go. When you click Accepting Responses for the very first time, you have to tell it to go to a spreadsheet, but you only have to do that one time, the very first time you ever create a form. And of course, if you need more assistance with this, just let me know.